Hey, Alex, how you doing today?
Good, sir.
Yeah, this is like Twilight Zone, man, I'm telling you. A couple things. Watching the media, they're reporting 40 cases in the U.S. now. 20 more cases in New York have been reported. That's Fox News. I just watch it to keep...
No, that CDC says 40 in the U.S.
Okay, and then the earthquake, 6.0 earthquake outside of Mexico City.
Yeah, I forgot to get to that. That is confirmed. Strong earthquake felt in Mexico City.
Okay, the main reason I'm calling today is being a concerned parent. I've got 3 kids in public school. I called the school to find out just what their procedures were if it were to hit our area. I live 40 miles north of Houston. And the secretary, the receptionist, and all the people in the office at the school had no idea. They have never even heard of this swine flu, or like I like to call it, the NWO flu. But
I bet they know about American Idol.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they do. But once I told her about it, she went on their school network and started reading reports on it. And they're close to you in Bexar and Gonzales counties. She says that they are asking people to voluntarily stay in their home, not to go to public gatherings. Sort of like a voluntary quarantine going on in those counties.
Yeah, and what this is great martial law training. Because under regular martial law, they tell you stay in your homes. In fact, guys, YouTube Jello Biafra martial law song. Let's play that coming back. It's like, stay in your homes, remain calm. The number one threat is freedom. All right, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate your call. More calls straight ahead from Nathan, Leo, Bill, Dominique, and many, many others on the other phone system. When we return after this quick break, love the different angles and pieces of intel the callers have.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
If you go to Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, you're going to see great articles, very informative about Steve Watson, Paul Watson, Kurt Nimmo, Aaron Dykes, and others. They give you the background of all of this, how they've staged flu outbreaks, how they've killed people with the vaccines, and then were forced to stop it in 76, how this stuff always pops up on military bases. This has definitely got the hand of the New World Order in it, and is very serious. And, again, it can mutate into something very, very deadly. You've got the United Nations out running around saying this could be a global pandemic. You've got all their previous reports about how bird flu could kill billions of people. We're not saying that here. We're just reporting on what these guys are doing, and we're doing the best job we can to break it down. Let's blitz through phone calls. Let's pull up the in-studio calls. Let's go to some of those guys, then back to the Genesis calls. Let's go ahead and go to Matt in Texas. Matt, you're on the air. Welcome.
Thank you, Alex, for taking my call. It's a pleasure to talk to you. I just want to comment really on when I was waiting to watch the press release for the CDC and Homeland Security release. We were watching Fox News, and pretty much like they just had a banner that said, "Don't worry, Baxter's making a vaccine," and they just kept it on the screen for like 2 minutes while they showed other video, and I'm just thinking, wow, no mention of the avian flu scandal. No, it's complete psych warfare. And then during the middle of the press release, at the end of the press release, the reporter asked the head of Homeland Security if this was related to bioterrorism, and Fox News cut the audio, went back to the reporter who was just commenting and regurgitating the same stuff that Napolitano was saying. And then right after that, they butchered the 1970 facts, saying that there was the 1976 facts saying that there was one death, no mention of the 40 million vaccines. It's just complete psych warfare, and it makes me sick,
Well, the history, if you actually get into the medical histories, thousands died. Officially, Encyclopedia Britannica, it says a couple hundred deaths. They are just absolutely lying if they say one death. I mean, everybody remembers 76, how they were telling the whole nation you must be vaccinated, and then all these deaths occurred, and they had to recall it. Just like in 2002, they ordered 14,000 first responders. That's all the medical workers, all the police, all the firemen, all the county, city, state workers, federal, to take the shot. And the LA Times reported 99.9% said no. 4,000 said yes. And there were a bunch of deaths from those that did take it. So it's just incredible.
Can I just end on with saying one thing? I was doing a little bit of research, and I came across the copy of the Rebuilding America's Defenses, and on page 60, on the bottom paragraph, or the whole paragraph talks about...
Says we've got to condition the public through the media to accept the use of race-specific bioweapons.
Right, and it says, although it may take several decades for this process of transformation to unfold, the art of warfare on air, land, and sea will be vastly different and will include long-range missiles and perhaps the world of microbes. So it just sounds a little suspicious.
Well, I mean, have you found the part in there about race-specific bioweapons?
Oh, yeah, it's there at the bottom there. It says, in advanced forms of biological warfare that can target specific genotypes may transform biological warfare from the realm of terror to a politically useful tool. I mean, that right there says it all.
And then Cheney in other speeches to elite groups called for its use. Even, in fact, I found the Austin American Statesman, normally a terrible newspaper, rebuked Cheney for that at the time before he was even president. Hey, guys, vice president, Freudian slip there, Google PNAC, race-specific bioweapons, or PNAC, PNAC, race weapons, Dick Cheney. I want to show folks on screen at prisonplanet.tv the actual Austin American Statesman article, because they won't believe a PNAC document if we show them, but show them a newspaper, it'll, the mainstream media says it. Thank you so much. I appreciate your call, Matt. Great points. You bet. DK Wilson, you are on the air, DK Wilson, calling from Texas. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello, Alex. I actually interviewed you at the Adolphus Hotel at the JFK conference, at the Lancer conference.
Oh, cool.
If you remember me. Yeah. I just got some news and some thoughts on this.
Oh, yeah, I remember you. We talked in the, you interviewed right. Jim Mars, too. We talked in there, in one of the reading areas out there in those big chairs.
Exactly. Yep. How you doing?
Good, man. Good to see you. You're wearing a head cap.
Yeah, bandana, sure am. Yep, sure am. Yeah. A little news for you. Richard Besser of the CDC just gave a press conference and said that there is no existing vaccine for this flu. Okay. Then on MSNBC, they interviewed a doctor who said to take Tamiflu and there's something else called Relaflex, some other kind of flu virus. Everything seems to be conflicting right now. He said that the strain is much stronger in Mexico than it is here. Let's see, as Paul said and someone else said, there are 149 cases now allegedly in Mexico and 40 here. But while Besser was talking, MSNBC showed a map with two cases in Texas, and I just heard the worker earlier say that there were 20 in San Antonio.
Yeah, that's in the San Antonio Express News. Guys, punch up the Google map. There's a live Google map that they've got that is showing accurately what the latest reported cases are. Now, I don't know if the government's being accurate itself, but I'm saying this map has the most up-to-date with the latest numbers. Let's punch that up on prisonplanet.tv viewer screens right now. And you can go to prisonplanet.tv, folks, if you'd like to be able to, see all of this and to become a member. Though I have been taking these reports and posting them for free up on Infowars.com. Not free for us. We got to pay for the bandwidth, hence the membership. But there it is, the cases. And zoom in on Texas. Let's zoom in on Texas and see how many cases it's showing. They're showing one in Fort Worth, one in Dallas, one in Garland. They're showing a whole bunch south of San Antonio, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this isn't up to date because as of Saturday, most of the cases were north of San Antonio.
Right.
Because I live here. There's Austin right there on your screen. So they've got cases as far north as New Braunfels now, and then out to the southeast there by Gonzales. So we'll continue to track that, but this is more up to date than some of the stuff we're seeing. Anything else?
Yes. Let's see. While worldwide they're passing out masks at airports, Besser said that masks will not help you at all. And he gave the thing about this little spiel about contact and sneeze, cover your mouth when you're sneezing, wash your hands, don't give those little kisses that you give other people. Basically, don't touch anybody. But
this is all part of training us. The government saves you. It gives you the medicine. It tells you what to do. It tells you to stay in your house. And I've predicted before they release real plagues over and over again, they'll have lots of scares and beta tests. And then Napolitano, head of Homeland Security, basically says, oh, this is a good practice run for us to get ready. And we think very soon we're going to be hit by the big one. I mean, that is very chilling.
Okay. The other medicine this doctor was talking about with Towns was called Relenza. Okay. And on that 6.0 earthquake, there was one. Remember, there was just an earthquake in Acapulco on the 13th of this month as well. So 2 weeks later, there's another 6.0 earthquake in Mexico, outside of Mexico City. And it looks to me like there's a lot of confusion, a lot of disparate news being spread around. Some people reporting that people are dying everywhere. People are reporting that they're not dying everywhere. People are reporting to wear masks. This guy comes on television and says, don't wear masks. Okay, so it seems like in Mexico,